Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're doing a client makeup video, another one. If you're new here, I've been doing these on my sister quite often and they've been going great. And so yeah, let me just get into it. So as you can see, I started off by priming her face with the NYX or NYX, the Bear With Me Jelly Primer. I love that primer, it works for every skin type. And then now I'm just making her eyebrows her natural shape, drawing them. I outlined them first and then I blend it in with a spoolie, just by brushing the hairs in. And just to mention, I will list every single product and brush that I use down in the description bar below. Now I'm taking this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer to prime her lids and clean up her eyebrows. And this is in the shade, I believe, medium beige. I'll list it down below. I'm pretty sure it's medium beige. To clean up the brows, I always use my handy dandy brush by Crown Brush. The company is called, Crown Brush, and this brush is called the C204 Red Sable Oval Brush. I really love this brush for everybody. Like, it's really flat and easy to mold as flat as you can to get a good, nice, clean brow. And you'll mostly see me do the other side of the face off camera just to make the video quicker. And now I'm just setting the concealer with this random brush. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's just a random buffing brush that does a job done for setting the lids and the brows as well. And as you can see, I go back and forth with shading out the front of the brows to give it a more natural stroke, like you know how it goes from light to dark, that type of finish, to make it look more natural. Taking my Morphe M433 brush, I'm packing on the shade Skip from the Morphe James Charles palette all on the lids. Then I top it off with this pink shade from the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette. I'm using that pretty pink shade to give it a nice bubblegum pink color. And of course, I repeat the same process on the other eye. And now I'm just going in the neon pink shade from this stack from this company, JLaRue Cosmetics. I think that's how you say it, but I'll just link all the stuff I'll use down below. using my Morphe M441 brush. I just used that pink shade from the Warrior 3 palette to blend out the edges. And then I kind of noticed that the neon pink kind of faded away when I started blending out the edges, but that was fine because I still made it work at the end. Now I'm applying some glitter topper, and this glitter, I'm obsessed with this purple glitter. This is the shade Artistry in the Morphe James Charles palette. Like, I really just love this purple glitter. It really goes with any look. Like, this glitter is so cute. It really needs to have its own component, for real, for real. I'm just in love with this shade. And you might be wondering why I'm applying it with my finger. It's because for some reason it applies better when you apply it on with your finger besides a brush, unless you all know some methods for it to have a better color payoff with the brush. If you know any, please drop it down below in the comments. I'm taking this white liquid liner from NYX to create that wing effect. I don't know what to call it, but I just know it's pretty with this whole look. So yes, I'm trying my best to make it very precise and sharp. As you see, I messed up a little bit, but I went back in over it to make an even line as possible as I can. And also, you're going to have to do a second coat because when the first coat dries, it will pick up from the pink. So you have to go over it to make it very, very white. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline foundations. I'm using the Dewy and Smooth one, the shade 322 as her foundation because she has dry skin, so you have to use a dewy formula. And this is her exact match as well. And I'm just spreading that foundation out with a random brush. Doesn't have a name on it, but I blend it in with my Real Techniques Instapop face brush. And I'm spraying the brush with matte setting spray. This technique is from Arie-Arianna. Well, that's where I've learned it from, and it helps really lock in that that foundation to stay in place all day. Now I'm taking the Maybelline matte foundation in the shade 310, and it's because I didn't have a light concealer on me, so I just used this and it blended out fine. Blended as good as regular concealer, and I blended it out with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And y'all will see that she kind of like lifts her head up every time I conceal the face. I don't know why she does that. I tell her to just look forward and relax your neck, but she just constantly just lift it up. I don't know why. Then I take the e.l.f. medium beige concealer just to give it a little bit more coverage. When you're blending out the concealer, you want to start on the outsides first so you can have a more transition effect. And then that's when you start to go in towards the eye to have a more full coverage and highlighted eye. Like I said, I don't know why she leans her head like that. Like, look, you see how I just lean her forward and she still lifts her head back up. Then I go in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge to get in those hard to reach corners to make sure that concealer is blended out smoothly everywhere. The setting powder I will be using is by Wet n Wild in the shade Banana. This setting powder is real good and real affordable. While I'm baking, I use my Black Radiance Cream Contour Palette in the shades medium to dark, and I'm using the darkest shade in it to contour her face. I didn't really contour her nose because her nose is already kind of thin, and like it just looked fine the way it is. I blend out the contour with the Instapop face brush, the one I use to blend out her foundation, and yeah. To clean up the powder, I use this brush by Farrah. It's not really a known company, but I got it from a hair show and they work good. And I also go in with the Real Technique setting brush to wipe away in the inner corners. And then I set the contour with the Black Radiance powder contour palette. I had to use the foundation brush to kind of lighten up that contour. It was looking a little bit too sharp, but I've ended up fixing it anyway. And now I went into that pinky blush shade as her blush from the Warrior 3 palette. This brush I'm using is also from Farrah. It's a powder brush. And then I was doing her bottom lashes, but she wanted to do it herself because she constantly kept blinking, and I guess she was nervous or whatever. And now I multiplied some highlighter. I'm using this shade Nefertiti from Juvia's Place. It didn't really show up on camera, but in pictures and stuff, it showed up. So I guess I should have went a little bit more heavy, or I don't know. Like, don't be afraid to use your products. Like, if you want that highlight to pop, sis, make it pop on camera. And also, these lashes are from Amazon. They're 25 millimeters. They came in a bundle. So, yeah. And then I'm taking some butter gloss. And also, I wish I used smaller lashes, but I don't have any. But I guess these work for the look. And then I set her face with the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And this is the final look. It's really cute, and it was something I wanted to practice on with my liners and stuff, and I did really, really good. And hopefully you all have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. And make sure to follow my socials in the description bar.